Alright, so we're recording, so I'll try and behave. This is for you-know-who. We're going to go through your questions, answer them. Basically, you broke the questions down into the parts of the videos. Let's see, so we're going to start off part 3. For MML, how should the relative strength be taken into consideration at their different levels? So MML is this column here. This column. Basically, I would say it's not really taking those into consideration by themselves. You want to take them into consideration as in... God, I can't even think. Let me get some coffee real quick. There we go. You want to take them in consideration with confluence. So right here is a perfect example. This is a Murray math line. Now, what are we looking at? Why is this Murray math line stronger than this one? This is an extremely weak one. So let's just put an ugly W there. This one, on the other hand, is extremely strong. Why? Because we have 1, 2, 3, 4 other levels with that thing. So because of confluence, this becomes an extremely strong one. Again, remember the indicators that are on your screen, they're just a visual cue as to where orders may or may not be. It doesn't, just because there's an indicator here doesn't mean there's orders there. It's just a guideline to help you watch where price is going to hit and might reverse. Sometimes there'll be nothing there, but because of price action, you can see an extremely strong support. Like, I said this one was weak, but if we look over here, it's not actually that weak, because what do we have here? This whole bottom area, it's going to look like a jellyfish. The bottom area here, and we can see it because of all these fractals too. It's a nice strong support zone, so this one actually isn't a weak one. But if you're taking it without looking at the price action, it would be weak. So if you didn't understand price action, you'd think this is a weak one. But if you know price action, support, resist, this is a pretty decent one. So to sum it up, basically, none of these are really strong by themselves. The only ones that I do have a preference for are daily pivots. Your pivots are, and let me bring it in. Actually, just let me zoom out to a different time frame. That'll make it easier to see them all. Let's go to H4. This is H4, so you can see them. In your pivots section, which is the second one from the right, moving left, this column here, these white lines are your strong ones. They're your daily pivot, your monthly pivot, and your weekly pivot. So we have 3 of them. Those by themselves are strong, but still, you don't want to make a trade just based on one indicator and where orders might be sitting. We always want to look at price action, confluence, and what's mixing together. Again, your second question was the relative strength for daily fibos. Again, same exact thing. We want to take them if they're around something else. So daily FIBO 100 actually is the previous daily high. So, well, that's exactly what it is. So those should always match up. Previous daily low is daily FIBO 0. It's always going to be that. But if we look, what else is falling into this? The weekly low and the monthly low. So the daily FIBO 100 would be a little bit stronger, and then you have, of course, a Murray math line there. So that answers 2 of your questions. Basically the same answer for both. You want to take confluence, you want to take your institutional into consideration if they're strong. You want to look at your current market conditions, which is your hourly fibos, your center of gravity, your Bollinger Bands. Don't forget your Bollinger Bands. Take those all into consideration as one big package. Nothing should ever be just taken by itself. Let's see. Next question. Should round numbers ending with single 0 be considered? I have these marked off. These are your strong round numbers, or your big round numbers, small round numbers. So a yellow is a big, and a pink is a small. Again, if we look, we have confluence here, so then these become important. If you have one up here, like this one by itself, there's not that much strength to it. So again, with Confluence, these levels become important. By themselves, they're not really all that important. You're connected on a GMT +2 server in daily open time zone of data, setting value of 2s. Okay, for that one I don't know, but your daily open, you want to go off your server time. So down here, look at the time, and then place your GMT to the server time, not to your local time, because my local time is 8:28 a.m., but it's 16:15 in my MT4. You go by your MT4 time, because that's based off the server. For BO, do we need to switch to higher time frames? No. I use 5 minutes with a 5 to 6 minute expiry. You can do 15 minutes less setup, and if you're really, really brave, and I do not recommend it at all, you can go to 1 minute. In the last 3 years, I've only seen about 4 people able to succeed on 1 minute. So that's the end of your... wait. Your last one was asking about settings. They should auto-adjust. Everything should auto-adjust by time frame. On my charts, I do not see FIBO next to the TA. Okay, so you can look on here. There are no FIBOs right now. Let me make sure it's on here. It is on there, see? But there's no FIBOs. Reason being is there's no one ABC setup. Your FIBOs are based off of ABC. So remember, if there's not a valid ABC formation, like here's A, here's B, this would be C coming down, but it hasn't formed yet, so there is no valid setup. But if we look around on a couple other charts, this one has a valid setup. Here's A, B, C, moving downwards to D, right there. So if there is no valid setup on the short-term FIBOs, they do not show. M candles. I don't have them on here, but let me put them up. Okay, so M candles, if you go into your settings, it's set at 60. All this is an hourly candle overlaid onto your chart. These are hourly candles. If I go to 1 minute, watch, we'll get 60 candles. This is a 1 hour candle with 60 1 minute candles in it. So that's basically what M candles is. If you have further questions on M candles, just please hit me up. And they are zoned green or red. If we zoom out a little bit, here's a red hourly candle, red hourly, green hourly. So what it helps you do is determine the trend. I mean, you can see we're in an uptrend. The hourly candles 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The last 6 hours, it's been in an uptrend. Hopefully that helps with that one. Let's go back to 5 minutes. And see, this is a 5 minute, what it would look like with the M candles on it. You know you're in an uptrend. If you're trending like this, should you be trading TA? No. You can do pullbacks, and I've done several videos on doing pullbacks, but I would not do reversals. I would do a pullback and then follow the trend. I didn't understand the related portion basis support resist line additionally drawn in. I've done a ton of videos on support and resist. I'll see if I can link those, and I'll answer your email too after I get this video uploaded. Can the mid BB turned on and off? The mid BB is there. If we go to indicator list and we go to, where is it? Bolly touch or double. You can go to colors. I thought it was there. Inputs. You can replace the Bollinger Band with whatever you want. This is just one that came with it, because the difference in this one, and I'll see if I can find one, but the difference in this one is that it can do more than, like, the stock Bollinger Band can only do 1, 2, 3. You can adjust this one, so it can be 2.5, 2.7, 2.9. That's the difference with this one. And see, now they grew a little bit. If you want the middle line on there, yes, you can. You can just put a stock Bollinger Band on there. I'll see if I can find one that has... I think I have one that has it. Next, TA info bar colors. Is there further explanation docs available? Any significance in the trade entry? This is your TA info bar. Indicator list. That's TA trap, delete. As for the colors, RSI 75, stock 47. Let's go into it. I give people a lot of freedom because a lot of people buy systems and lock them down. I don't want to lock everything down. So I have it set up, I believe. Let's go through and make sure. ADX is set to period 7, PSAR 2, blah, blah, blah. RSI periods 4, stock. Okay, so everything's set up for a relatively fast movement. The reason, what's the point of this one? RSI 72. Some people, you can put RSI down on the chart here. I just like to see the numbers in reference for me. MACD trend. This is all things that were requests before you joined the group. People ask, well, can I get some MACD information on there? Can I get ADX on there? Can I get RSI on there? Throwing that much shit on the charts just made them a mess. So what we did is we summarized it all up over here. So if you have any questions about what the numbers mean per indicator, let me know, because I have links on RSI, stochastics, almost everything that's up here. I have individual videos for them. I'll just give you the link when we're done, or when I answer your emails, of each one of the individual videos. Actually, here, let me find it real quick, and I'll post it in chat too, in case anyone wants to see it. I have a shit ton of webinars that I did over indicators. I'm getting them right now, so no, I'm not jerking off. Okay, so these are, I don't know, there's probably about 20 or maybe 30 of them. If you have questions on indicators or whatever, there's a shit ton of webinars I did right there. Everything from drawing support and resists. So almost every question you had that wasn't actually trading access related is answered in there, because it covers Fibonacci. So if you don't know anything about Fibonacci, it'll explain it to you. I mean, I don't know, everything's there. And if it's not, just send me an email asking. Let's get to your second set of questions. Okay, for pre-trade prep, how many candles should be put up on the temporary candlesticks to line chart to draw SR? Pre-trade prep, go to those videos I just linked, or I'm going to send you an email too with the link. Actually, let me do it now. Watch video, then check out this link. If you get this email right now, you're probably going to be what? Here, let me actually type this out, because you're going to... All questions uploading shortly. I'll email you link to video in a second. Sorry, what am I doing? Oh, I'm sending him an email. Okay, cool. So now that we got that done, taken care of, let's get back to the questions. With above, in what interval should one refresh, draw the SR from line chart as we trade on M5? Again, I think I covered in there, but at what interval should you redraw? Well, if you draw support and resist here, and then the price moves up to here and you have nothing, then it's time to redraw. Typically at the end of each hour, where you should take a pause, because the top of the hour and the bottom of the hour, prices tend to jump a little bit. Take a second, look at your support and resist. Are they still being useful? I.e., is price still hitting them, or has it moved beyond them? If it does, then beyond them. Next, when drawing zone from... Okay. When you're looking at support and resist, this is one of your part 6 questions in the Q&A video. Sorry, for part 5 you asked about Q&A videos. This is your Q&A video. You sent me questions, I'm answering and uploading it, and you get it back. I typically do a video, like when people ask me questions, I'll try and do a video. Either I'll share it in the chat room like I am now, do a video, or I'll just do a private video and send it to you, because I hate fucking typing and I hate doing emails. And I find if I'm showing you the chart, actually you comprehend a little better. So is the Q&A video ready to be uploaded? When I'm done, it will be, because it's your Q&A video. Everyone has different question and answers. Okay, so when drawing the zone from candle to institutional level, he's talking about, I believe he's talking about, like, Consolidation. Do you want to look at bodies or wicks? It depends. If you're looking at, if it, general rule of thumb, horizontal is body, and anything at an angle is a wick. So what I mean by that, let me see if I can get it. I'm going to remove something here so we can draw it a little bit. MTF, delete. Okay, so let's move this, delete. And what am I doing? And delete. Okay, so we have a pretty clean chart, nothing on it. So when you draw support and resist, or you're looking for confluence zones, you want to draw, and this is not always going to be perfect, but the wicks get ignored when you're drawing support and resist. Now when you're doing a trend line, the wicks come into play. So a trend line would be based off of wicks. Support and resist is based off of bodies. Same with confluence. So this is based off of bodies. So none of these have actually breached. We've had no close below these. Is the advanced entry video ready? I've done several videos since then. I'll send a link to my YouTube channel too. If you watch through the videos, I mean, I cover a lot of stuff. I think there's a couple titled entry you can find. Is there a library of static screenshots for bins? If you go to the Trading Access forums, there's a bunch of screenshots there. You can add yours to it. No one seems to post on the forums. They mostly post in Skype, and that's sporadic at best. It's a lot of people don't like. I don't know why people don't like to share a lot. Hopefully that answers all your questions, so I can stop the recording and start bullshitting. No, not that I'm trying to get rid of you. But if you have any other questions, just email me. I'll upload your video here in a second and email it to you.